The ground beneath your thoughts is about to crack, and most people won't see it coming until it's too late. Something powerful is shifting in the sky, and it's not just astrology fluff. It's a mental earthquake dressed in silence. On May 10th, Mercury, the planet that rules your thinking, speaking, texting, planning, and perceiving, takes a deep breath and steps into the heavy, slow-burning territory of Taurus. When this happens, your brain won't run the way it used to. It's like switching from a racing bike to a bulldozer. What once zipped now trudges with purpose. And if you're not ready, you'll feel like you're sinking in mental mud. They say, when the wind changes, even the trees whisper different truths. That's the kind of shift we're entering. Thoughts will feel sticky. Conversations might feel like dragging stones up a hill. And decisions. You might stare at a menu for 5 minutes and still not know what to order. This isn't a mood swing. It's a cosmic remodeling of your inner world. Have you felt weird lately? Like noises sting more, food tastes deeper, or even your clothes feel oddly loud? That's not in your head. Or rather, it is, and it's part of this. Here's the real warning. Those who ignore this will walk straight into frustration, confusion, and missed opportunities. But those who understand it, prepare for it, and ride it, they'll walk away with sharper vision and stronger roots, like finding gold beneath all the noise. If you're serious about navigating what's coming, do this. Like the video, subscribe for more, and drop the number 77 in the comments to help spread this message before the shift hits. Don't let others sleepwalk through it. Now that you know something big is moving, let me explain exactly what's happening and why May 10th changes everything. And here's the thing, this isn't happening in a vacuum. What's coming isn't just one planet changing signs. It's like the lead actor stepping onto a stage that's already been rigged for a dramatic plot twist. Mercury entering Taurus is the match, but the room is already filled with gasoline. It's part of a perfect storm, an astrological collision that's about to blow open how you think, what you believe, and the way you relate to your own mind. Mercury isn't just the planet of chit-chat and calendars. It's the voice inside your head. It's how you piece the world together, how you explain life to yourself. And right now, it's walking out of Aries, the fast-talking, quick-thinking, impulsive sign, and sinking into Taurus, the sign of slow-building truths, hard facts, and no-nonsense thinking. This isn't a mood change. It's like your inner wiring is being torn out and reinstalled with concrete and steel. This shift is surgical. It's cosmic architecture. Most won't feel it right away, but when it hits, decisions get heavier, words take longer, and your thoughts start planting roots instead of running wild. You're not just in the audience anymore. You're in the spotlight, and the script just changed. Chapter 1. Your thoughts are about to hit the brakes, and that's when the real journey begins. And just as we've seen the cosmic curtain rise, now the shift starts to sink into your bones. You've likely already felt it, that jittery electric buzz in your brain. One moment you're juggling 3 ideas, a half-written message, and a sudden urge to change your entire life, and the next. Silence, like your brain stalled mid-air. That's not burnout, that's Mercury shifting gears. When Mercury was in Aries, your thoughts were like fireworks, fast, loud, and gone before you could grab them. It was mental Red Bull. But on May 10th, Mercury drives headfirst into Taurus, and your mind hits the brakes, hard. Picture going 100 miles per hour in a sports car and suddenly slamming into a thick patch of mud. That's what it'll feel like. Frustrating, yes, but also necessary. This isn't a breakdown, it's a breakthrough. The universe isn't asking you to stop, it's asking you to build. To stop sprinting and start laying bricks. You'll feel it in everyday ways, staring at a blank screen longer than usual, rereading a text 3 times before hitting send, struggling to make decisions that used to come easy. Why can't I focus? Why is everything taking longer? Why does my brain feel heavy? These questions will pop up, and they should, because they're signs that your mind is slowing down, not out of confusion, but out of recalibration. Mercury in Taurus wants you to think like a gardener, not a gambler. No more throwing seeds into the wind, hoping something grows. Now it's about rolling up your sleeves, turning the soil, and planting each idea with care. Thoughts aren't rushing by anymore. They're asking to be held, to be shaped, to be tested for weight and worth. And yes, you might resist this at first. We're used to speed being celebrated, fast talkers, quick decisions, instant results. But Taurus doesn't care about quick. Taurus values real. You're not building paper planes anymore. You're laying the foundation for a castle, and castles aren't built overnight. Don't be surprised if your patience is tested. You'll wonder why conversations feel slower, why your words feel heavier, but that's the magic. Mercury in Taurus transforms your mind into something deeper, denser, and more deliberate. You're not just thinking for the moment anymore, you're thinking for the long haul. And here's a little secret most people miss. Clarity doesn't come from rushing. It comes from stillness, from listening, from giving thoughts the space to become something solid. When your mind moves slower, it actually sees more. It notices details that speed skips over. It builds ideas that can actually stand the test of time. So if it feels like your mental gears are grinding, good. That means the shift has begun. Let the noise die down. Let your thoughts stretch out. Because when Mercury enters Taurus, your brain doesn't shut down. It wakes up to something real, something that lasts, something worth the wait. Chapter 2. Your senses are about to wake up, and it will be intense. And just when you thought you understood the shift, here comes another layer. You're already feeling the slow down in your thoughts. But what about how you feel everything around you? The change Mercury in Taurus brings isn't just mental, it's sensory. Imagine sitting in a dark room and someone suddenly flips the switch. Suddenly, everything around you is brighter, sharper, more vivid. That's what's about to happen. If you've been experiencing strange shifts in how you perceive the world, whether that's noticing sounds you never heard before, colors that seem brighter, or even your food tasting richer, don't brush it off as a fluke. This is Mercury entering Taurus, and it's awakening your senses in ways you've never felt before. Taurus is ruled by Venus, the goddess of pleasure, and this planet governs the physical world, the tangible things we can see, touch, and taste. When Mercury, the planet of perception, enters this realm, it magnifies everything you experience. It's as if the world has cranked the volume up on your senses, inviting you to really feel it all. Think about it. The next time you sip your morning coffee, you might taste flavors that were invisible to you before. That song you've had on repeat. Suddenly, you're hearing each individual instrument, each subtle note, as if you've never truly listened before. Even simple things, like the weight of a book in your hands or the warmth of sunlight kissing your skin, will take on a deeper meaning. You're not just going through the motions anymore. You're experiencing the world on a completely different level. But be warned, at first, this might feel a bit too much. It's as if you've been living with blinders on, and now everything is so vividly alive that your senses might be overwhelmed. Environments with too much noise, bright lights, or too many people might suddenly feel suffocating. This is your nervous system recalibrating to a new frequency. It's adjusting to quality over quantity, depth over the shallow surface of everyday life. The beauty of this heightened sensitivity is that it's not a random occurrence. It's intentional. It's pulling you from the chaos of your thoughts into the rich tapestry of physical experiences that you often overlook. No longer are you just lost in your head, thinking about life. Now, you're feeling life. And in that shift, there's a powerful lesson. We often overlook the wisdom that resides in the present moment, the way the sun feels against your skin, or how the air smells after rain. But Taurus doesn't let you ignore it. When Mercury enters this grounded, sensual energy, it asks you to truly experience the world, not just think about it. This is not just an awakening. It's a call to drop into your body, to step outside of your mind, and to finally feel the world as it is, not as a passing thought, but as something that speaks to you on a deeper level. You might not understand it now, but soon you'll see that every heightened sense is a doorway to a new kind of wisdom. This is how you start to embody your life in a way that's fully present, fully alive, and utterly connected. Chapter 3. Old thoughts will return, but this time you'll see them clearly. And just as your senses begin to wake up, louder and clearer than ever before, something else starts to stir, something quieter, but even more powerful. Old thoughts, forgotten memories, unfinished ideas. It's like the past knocks gently at your door, then barges in without waiting for permission. This isn't random. This is the next wave of the Mercury and Taurus effect, one that doesn't just change how you think moving forward, but demands a deep review of where your thoughts have already been. Imagine your mind like a dusty attic you haven't visited in years. Mercury in Taurus walks you up the creaky stairs, turns on the light and says, "Look around. What's worth keeping? What needs to go?" Ideas you threw away months ago suddenly feel alive again. Beliefs you've carried for years are now under the microscope. It's a cosmic audit, and nothing escapes review. You might remember an old project you dropped and suddenly feel pulled to pick it back up. You might start questioning choices you were once sure about. You may even find yourself wrestling with things you thought you were over, because Taurus doesn't care about surface-level closure. It wants truth that holds weight. This mental rewind isn't here to torment you. It's here to show you what's still unfinished, what's been left unexamined, what's standing on shaky ground. Think of it like emotional archaeology. You're not digging through the past for the sake of nostalgia. You're digging for artifacts of wisdom you missed the first time around. Some of what you find will feel freeing, like tossing out thoughts that never really belonged to you, ideas inherited from fear, culture, or other people's voices. Letting go of those feels like dropping a backpack full of bricks. But some of what surfaces may shake you. You might realize a belief you've based your identity on doesn't hold up anymore. That's hard, but it's also a gift. Because now you get to choose what replaces it. Something sturdier, something real. And this part is important. The thoughts that return aren't random. The ones resurfacing now are showing up for a reason. They're the exact thoughts that need to be faced, re-examined, and either reinforced or released. It's not overthinking. It's necessary thinking. It's your mind reworking its foundation. Yes, it might feel uncomfortable, it might slow you down, but clearing out mental clutter is what creates space for clarity. And clarity is what Taurus is all about. Truth that doesn't wobble, ideas that can hold your full weight. So when your mind starts revisiting the past, don't push it away. Let it take you there. Open the boxes. Ask the hard questions. Because in doing so, you're not getting stuck. You're getting free. free to rebuild your beliefs on something that's finally strong enough to last. Chapter 4. The way you speak is about to change, because now every word will matter. And once you've sorted through the attic of old beliefs and unfinished thoughts, something else begins to shift. This time, not inside your head, but on your tongue. You'll start to notice it when words don't come as easily, not because you've lost your voice, but because your voice is learning to mean something again. Mercury in Taurus is like a language teacher from the old world, slow, precise, intentional, and completely uninterested in fluff. This is where your communication begins to transform. Before, with Mercury in Aries, it was all quickfire. Say it fast, say it loud, move on. But now, it's different. Words feel heavier, they echo longer. You might find yourself pausing mid-sentence, not because you're unsure, but because you're making sure. You're weighing each word before letting it go, like placing stones across a river, careful not to misstep. Small talk? It starts to feel like chewing cardboard. Pointless promises or empty compliments? They leave a bitter taste. Mercury in Taurus makes you allergic to shallowness. Every sentence starts to carry shape, texture, and weight. And people notice. You'll see it in their eyes. They lean in, listen harder, feel the energy behind what you're saying. Not because you're being louder, but because you're being real. And it doesn't stop with your voice. You'll start editing your texts before you send them, rereading your emails, even thinking twice before dropping a comment online. Not out of fear, but out of respect for your own message and for the ears receiving it. You're no longer satisfied with being roughly understood. You want to be understood clearly, exactly. Because your words are no longer just noise, they're bricks you're building your world with. What may surprise you most is how this shift affects the voice inside your head, the one you never speak aloud, but hear every single day. Under Mercury and Taurus, even your inner dialogue changes its tone. That harsh critic that once barked orders and judgments, it starts to soften. It becomes more of a mentor than a bully. Still honest, yes, but now it's practical, constructive, rooted in reality rather than fear. Suddenly, your thoughts feel less like static and more like guidance. You start speaking to yourself the way you'd speak to someone you love, with care, with patience, and with purpose. This is deeper than self-talk. It's self-communication, and it's getting an upgrade. This isn't about becoming silent. It's about becoming meaningful. It's not about being perfect with your words. It's about being honest with them. And in a world that's constantly shouting over itself, Mercury in Taurus hands you something powerful. A voice that doesn't need to be loud to be heard. A voice that cuts through the noise not with volume, but with value. And that kind of voice, that's rare, that's magnetic, that's unforgettable. Chapter 5. Money will start making sense, whether you're ready or not. And just as your words begin to slow down and sharpen, something even more unexpected begins to click into place. Your relationship with money. Not in a flashy, get-rich-quick kind of way, but in a grounded, unshakable aha moment that sneaks up on you. Mercury in Taurus doesn't care about dreams of luxury or vague financial goals. It wants the truth, the numbers, the habits, the patterns you've been ignoring. And suddenly, you'll start to see them clearly. You might open your bank app and realize you've been leaking cash through a dozen tiny holes, subscriptions you don't use, little purchases that add up. Or maybe you've been avoiding a conversation about savings or debt, and now it feels impossible to push aside. That old financial fog starts lifting. Clarity steps in like a stern accountant with a flashlight and a clipboard. But here's the beauty. This isn't about shame, it's about power. Mercury in Taurus helps you see what's working and what's not, so you can actually build something real, something that lasts. For the first time, budgeting won't feel like punishment, it'll feel like freedom. You start asking better questions. Not, how can I make more fast, but how can I make what I have work? That's the mindset shift. That's the magic. And that's the beginning of real wealth. Chapter 6. Your circle will shrink, but it'll get realer than ever. And as your thoughts ground, your voice deepens, and your sense of value sharpens, something else quietly begins to shift. Your relationships. People you used to chase, conversations you used to tolerate, the social noise you once accepted as normal. It all starts to feel off. Mercury in Taurus doesn't just change how you think, it changes who you want to think and speak with. You might find certain people suddenly drain you, the ones who talk a lot but say very little, the ones whose presence once felt exciting but now feels chaotic. It's like your soul starts craving something real, conversations that go somewhere, friendships that mean something. Mercury in Taurus pushes you away from the superficial and into the solid. You stop collecting contacts and start craving connection. This isn't about cutting everyone off. It's about alignment. Your energy, like your time, becomes sacred. You start noticing who respects it and who just takes it. Small talk starts to feel like chewing rubber. You don't want noise, you want meaning. And you'll be drawn to those who carry calm in their presence, not chaos. You might reconnect with old friends who were always steady, always sincere, or find yourself pulled toward new people who feel safe, even in silence. Your circle might get smaller, but it gets stronger. And for the first time, being truly seen starts to matter more than being widely liked. That's not distance, that's evolution. Chapter 7. Your stubbornness is about to get louder. Use it wisely. And just when you think you've adjusted to this new grounded energy, Mercury in Taurus throws one more twist your way: mental stubbornness. The kind that digs its heels in, crosses its arms and says, "Nope, I'm not changing my mind." At first it might feel like strength, and sometimes it is. But other times, it can quietly sabotage your growth. This is the double-edged sword of Taurus energy. On one side, it gives you unwavering focus. You finish what you start. You stand by your values. You don't fold under pressure. That's power. But on the flip side, it can make you cling to outdated beliefs, old routines, or failing plans simply because you don't want to let go. It's like trying to move forward with your hand glued to the past. The key: know when your persistence is building something and when it's just blocking your own path. Mercury in Taurus hands you a bricklayer's mindset: steady, loyal, and slow. But even a builder knows when it's time to tear down a wall to make room for a better one. So use your stubbornness like a tool, not a trap. Let it anchor your truth, not chain your growth. And so, as this powerful shift unfolds, remember, Mercury in Taurus isn't here to break you. It's here to reshape you. Your thoughts, your senses, your voice, your values, they're all being rewired for something stronger, deeper, and more real. Most will ignore it, but you won't. You're already feeling it. If this resonated, don't scroll away. Like the video, subscribe for more insights just like this, and drop the number 77 in the comments to claim this energy and help spread the message. This shift is already happening. The question is, will you move with it or against it?